All right, just to start off everything, hey everybody. So let me just quickly break down my watch list for next week. It's a very quick market analysis, right? Look at this. This is the DXY daily time frame. Look at where we still from this high. We're still ranging within this whole PA, right? Look at this. We're still here. So when I go lower, you're gonna see something. Look at this. I'm paying attention at this piece of accumulation which gave us this run, right? And look at what is already happening, right? So one thing that I'm also paying attention to is the weekly. Look at how the weekly candle closed here. So I think we're still more neutral about this whole play. This could be the idea to furthermore push down in the sense, or we could like furthermore push high, right? Which is something that I'm also more open to, especially with how we've been moving in the sense because look at this, we have turnaround pullback push high. This became the continuation and give us this volume tipping into this high, worked towards, and we got this impulse out. So normally, like I remember in the past week, oh yeah, look at this candle. The past week I remember we were like looking for the potential for longs, and honestly when I look at it, I think we still do hold to furthermore push high based on like correlations as well, which also play a part in like how the thingy is looking. um Look at this, we have this inflection, right? And yeah, man, anything as if push high. I wouldn't be surprised if now market opens, we start for the more committing. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, we could as well like get the push down, this becomes the volume and get that, right? So when I correlate everything, um give it dollar, look at this. So give it dollar, it's kind of somehow because I'm looking for shorts right here, right? When I go on the daily, look at this daily time from perspective. There was an inflection day which price took out, gave us this push down, didn't tap onto any significant area here. We got the sell off, right? We didn't tap onto any significant area. Instead, we left a gap, push high, we get the 1 2 3 drive, tapping into this inflection, leaving a gap towards the initial high, which the only thing that I could put the relevance on was this inflection. How we took it out, gave us the push down, and we had this 1 2 3 beautiful approach at this inflection, failing to take out that high. And what has happened, you kind of got this pullback, but you could already notice that, oh, you know what, in order for price to give us to continue pushing higher, we actually might be looking for volume. So we don't have anything set on the left. The nearest inflection would be these areas, so I could play the trade near areas to that area, right? So that's my idea on the kiwi dollar. Look at this. I like how price is looking and the sequence. Look at this low was taken out. Before it was taken out, volume was accumulated. We pushed down and this was accumulated as well. Taking the big end of that, and we got this push down. Guess what? Same thing here. You understand? So anything as a formation of your insurance entries here, I'll be looking to take it to these areas, which is something that's actually good. And the next one is the dollar cat. So ever since the DXY is looking that way, the way I showed you and the way I explained it, I'm looking for I'm placing emphasis at this whole PA right here, right? As we are more unstructured. I mean, this flag is more unstructured, so I wouldn't be surprised if we furthermore develop an internal structure, because already we have this 1 2 3 kind of PA. I wouldn't be surprised if price now starts to give us this extended kind of PA here in the sense, and now this starts to become the kind of like the reversal kind of play in the sense, whereby now this becomes the reversal, and then I mean, we get this, right? Bear with me, guys. My drawings are not the best, but you look at this. Look at this. This is Pound Cat. Pound Cat is one of the most beautiful pairs as well for this coming week. I like the fact that we tagged into this previous low in a manner of like in a structural manner. And when you look at the weekly time from perspective, you could see that, oh, we actually have a gap towards this low, right? And this, you could notice that there was a complete structure here. There was more of a reversal kind of play. This becomes the 1 2 3. So could this now be the last area to now look for the long. That's my thingy. That's my idea on the pound cat. But when you go low on the 4 hour, I just want to put emphasis on whatever, like what's happening here. Look at this. If this one, two, three. Like if you could like start to pay attention, you'd see this as your phase one, phase two, phase three, tapping into this big end. This becomes the inflection. We got this breakout, break back end. Anything as a formation of a continuation. I wouldn't be surprised if we get that further drive because you could see everything aligns very well. That's the beauty about it. So I'll be looking at that. 1 hour already we are starting to develop. So could we further develop into this? I'll be looking at this. Could be a Monday play, but if this comes to occur, I'll be looking to manage minimum these areas, which also have an effect, right? I like the pullback 1, 2, 3, beautiful piece of price action. And the next one, Euro Kiwi. I think Euro Kiwi as well. It's actually looking good. I'm still looking to see whether this kind of PA is gonna hold, right? Because I remember I had this one since like the start of last week. Actually, we had this one on watch, I think, for the past few weeks, to be precise, right? Look at this. Push down. This became your first continuation, and look at where it occurred at the low of this pullback, right? And it gave us this push down, and we are forming this continuation at the low of this pullback. So anything could occur for the shorts, right? And when you go like from a higher time frame perspective, you could start to notice that we actually might be respecting this kind of PA here, whereby this becomes the 1, 2, 3 drive. That's my idea on it. And when you also like look at the monthly time frame is actually looking good, because if you could like pay attention to the previous bearish candle, it is, look at this candle, so it already shows you progression. So when you go lower, anything is a formation of a continuation here. I think I'll be looking for that, right? Either these, or let me do this, either here or there. Absolutely. Push down continuation, take it out, push down continuation. I wouldn't be surprised if this becomes the play. Or I wouldn't also be surprised if now we do this. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Um Chef Yen, absolutely beautiful, man. For this coming week, you just gotta give it to Chef Yen for me. Look at this. This is a 4 hour time frame. When you go on the weekly, you could see we more in this momentum, right? So I'm looking at the short term kind of play, minimum to manage to the near high, right? Look at this. I remember the start of this previous week we were looking for shorts, this being the double top, and now we're looking for shorts to come tap into these lows. But you could now start to see that prices develop other another idea. I like this. This is more of your two-touch continuation. Look at this. This was your middle section. This was your push down middle section. I like the beautiful 1, 2, 3 last leg tapping into this inflection, and we got this follow through kind of PA. So anything as a formation of a continuation, I would look to take this one to manage down to this high here, which would be a very beautiful one. So that's my idea at the moment, and these are my top 5. Actually, let me just go through like the GU, right, which is part of my wildcards. GU, look at this. And this also like speaks a lot about like how the DXY is positioned as well. It's very important that I mention it. Look at this. We come from the double top, and these are your nearest low. This is your nearest low, right? And we're still gonna see whether could we come tag it. That's the idea, because already now you could start to see there was volume that was accumulating there. When you go on the 4 hour, look at this. When you go on the 4 hour, you could now start to see that, okay, whatever that is happening, look at this. Already like we not set the best, but you could see where we are positioned and all of that. You had this area, this was your inflection, and this was your two touches. This became your 1, 2, 3 kind of drive. You got this pushed out, tagged into this, and now we furthermore extended into this. So anything as a formation of a continuation, I wouldn't be surprised if this now becomes the trade, right? Whereby we would be able to manage down to these areas, or even might be now furthermore continues to go tap into the lows. That's the idea, right? And another thing that could also occur, especially looking at the fact that we have now pushed back in, it could be a thing whereby now we start to expand, or like we start looking for the longs. I mean, you could never. I mean, you wouldn't. You can never tell like what's really gonna happen, but this area would be very far. So the only area of relevance would be this area, which I'll be looking for the nice continuation here, which would be a very beautiful idea to look for the shorts, right? Um, what else? Oh yeah, I think really that's it at the moment. Really nothing much, and yeah, thank you.